LLCs, business bank accounts, EINs, and payment processors can all sound intimidating, especially for us creatives. Today, I'm breaking it all down and making it super simple that even a 5th grader could understand it. This is a simple 3-step framework. And if you're watching this, I know you're a passionate photographer or videographer eager to start earning money with your camera. Or maybe you're already making money, but you don't have the proper business structures in place. The thought of even setting up a business can feel overwhelming. There's a lot of bureaucracy and endless to-do lists when setting things up, but it doesn't have to be that way. In today's video, I'm demystifying the process and walking you through the non-negotiable steps you need to take to set up your business the right way. Let's turn your creative business idea into reality. My name is Chris Pieta. I run a product photography company and teach creative business online to photographers and videographers looking to start their businesses, get repeat clients, and scale to 6 figures. As creatives, it's frustrating trying to find anything about starting your business online. The big YouTubers don't talk about this, and there's little information online, so I'm here to show you the ropes. Imagine having the proper business structure set up from the very start so that you don't have to go back and correct things in the future. Do you want to know the 3 non-negotiables you need? Do you wish that you knew how to set up your LLC the right way? How about actually collecting money from clients? How do we set up a payment processor and make sure we're not getting screwed over with their fees? Now, I need to preface this by saying I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant or tax expert. Nothing in this video is legal advice or financial advice. This is my experience. When I first started making my first dollars from photography, like most people, I sold a handful of prints. I had these beautiful photographs of Chicago that people seemed to love. So I set up a website with a store and got a few sales on there. And I made a few $100. Magically, that money ended up in my personal bank account and I felt good. Little did I know I was operating as a sole proprietor, and this was my first mistake. I mixed my business income with my personal income. And even worse, my business was tied to me. It wasn't a separate entity. Only a few months down the road did I actually take the right steps to set up my business. While I was operating as a sole proprietor, I was at risk. Since there was no legal distinction between myself and my business, if my business were to get sued, they would come after everything I own. And this is very bad. Let's walk through our 3-step framework. The first step in setting up your business should be forming a single member LLC. Why? Well, 1, if we form a single member LLC, then our business and our personal assets become 2 separate things. There's our business that lives over here and our personal assets that live over here. As long as we don't mix the two, if your business were to get sued, they would only go after your business assets and not your personal assets. Now there's a few caveats here, but as long as you follow all the LLC guidelines and you don't mix your finances, you should be good. When we file for an LLC, we also need to get ourselves an EIN. EIN stands for Employer Identification Number. Basically, this is like a social security for your business. With an EIN, your business finances can be separate from your personal finances. So this means when we open up our business bank accounts and our payment processors, we'll be able to use our EIN. We'll get into those in just a second here. Now at this point, I hope you recognize the importance of forming an LLC. So how do we actually go about and form one? Each state has varying rules on how to form an LLC, and each state has their own fees associated with LLC formation. Option 1 is that you go to your state's website, follow those instructions, and form it yourself. If you decide to form it yourself, you'll have to perform tasks every single year to ensure that you stay compliant with the state, or else you risk losing your LLC and getting dissolved. I don't recommend doing this yourself. It's going to be a waste of time and it's going to be way riskier unless you know what you're doing. Option 2 is to pay someone else to do this for you. You can hire a lawyer or use a service like betterlegal.com. I'm a big fan of BetterLegal, and that's actually what I tell my students that work with me directly to use. There's a link in the description that gets you $100 off your LLC formation if you use BetterLegal. They aren't sponsoring this video or anything, but I do have an affiliate link below. There's also loads of other services out there. Do your research, but personally, I recommend BetterLegal. Okay, so with option 2, whatever service we decide to use, they're gonna take care of all the annoying paperwork. They'll send us our articles of organization, they'll create an operating agreement, and get you a registered agent. If you don't know what these things are, that's your sign to just pay someone to form your LLC for you. Again, you can get $100 off if you use the link in the description below. Now, it takes a week or 2 to get your LLC formation documents back, but once you get those, it's time for step 2. So just to reiterate, step 1 was forming that LLC so that our business is a separate entity from us. Step 2 is getting our financials set up. Let's get our business bank account set up. We need a business bank account because we need to put the money our clients are giving us somewhere. When a client pays us $1,000 for our service, that goes in our business bank account. If we need to spend $100 on a piece of software, that comes out of our business bank account. All of our business transactions, both income and expenses, need to be going through our business bank account. This will allow us to do 2 things. One, it's going to keep ourselves separate from our LLC, which is super important in case you get sued. If we don't have to sort through our personal transactions, bookkeeping becomes much easier. Our business accounts only have business transactions, so we can easily categorize them and pay the taxes that we need to. How do we set up our business bank accounts? Well, we need that EIN that we got when we formed our LLC. Remember, that's your identification number for your business. We need to take that EIN to the bank along with all your other LLC documents like your articles of organization. Some banks require different documents, so be sure to check with them to figure out exactly what you need. When I did this, I had to go in person, but maybe you're able to do that online these days. Anyways, get your bank account set up, and while you're there, also get a credit card for your business. Most business credit cards give you 12 months of zero interest, and that can be a game changer for a lot of you. That means you have an interest-free loan for 12 months that you can invest into things that will make your business money. Maybe that's a new camera, maybe it's advertising, or maybe it's education like an online course or hiring a business coach to help you. Once you've got those business bank accounts set up, it's time to move on to step 3 of our 3-step framework. We've got the LLC, which makes us a legitimate business. We've got those business bank accounts. Now let's give ourselves a way to put money into that business checking account. Step 3 is getting a payment processor. A payment processor pretty much gives you a way to charge your clients. The payment processor handles the transactions. Let's say your client wants to pay with our credit card. The client types in their credit card into your payment processor. The payment processor validates all the info and charges the client. And then that money appears in your bank account in a couple of business days. Simple as that. Clients can pay for your service with their credit card, PayPal, their bank account. There's a lot of options here. You know how you go get coffee and they flip that iPad around and charge you? They're using a payment processor. Same idea for you. Some popular payment processors are PayPal, Stripe, and QuickBooks. All of these are great. I personally use Stripe since it's the simplest. Once you've got that set up, you can send invoices through there, and then clients can pay you through the invoice. This also makes you look a lot more professional. Please don't use Venmo to charge your client. So let's say you want to set up a Stripe account as your processor. You simply go to stripe.com, enter in all the details they ask for, and you're good to go. Remember, you need to use your EIN and your business bank account here. Set this up with your business details, not your personal details. So at this point, we're done with the 3-step framework. We've got an LLC, we've got the business bank accounts, and we've got a payment processor. We have everything we need to start making money in our business. If you wanted to, you could potentially just run your business with these things. You can send a Stripe payment link via Instagram and have clients pay through there. You technically don't even need a website. Now, I don't recommend doing this, but there are businesses out there that do this and have successful companies. One last thing here, if you want to do the absolute minimum to work with clients, you technically only need that last step of this framework. You could set up your payment processor with your personal details and your personal bank account. Now, I can't recommend this because of all the reasons we've mentioned earlier in the video, but if you want the bare bones business with zero protections, you could do this. Again, not recommending this, but it's possible. We've broken through the myth that it's extremely hard to start your business. With this simple 3-step framework, you have all the tools you need to actually start. The LLC and EIN, the business bank account, and that payment processor gets you started on the right foot. Now, I didn't cover other business basics like insurance, bookkeeping, or a dozen other things you should be doing. If you need the exact blueprint, that's what Creative Biz Launch teaches you. It's the complete system that will allow you to set your business up, show you the system on how to get repeat clients, and scale to 6 figures in your photography or videography business. Link to learn more is down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.